Some people wake up anxious, others wake up numb, flat, heavy, checked out, going through the motions while it feels like the lights inside are dim. That flat, powered down feeling has a name. It's a specific nervous system state called a dorsal response. Your body is putting on the brakes and dropping into low power mode on purpose. I'm a licensed therapist, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your system does this and the specific steps that bring you back up. If you appreciate this type of content, gently tap that like button. Let's dive into it. Let's start with what's actually happening inside you. Your nervous system has a few gears it shifts between depending on how safe or unsafe it perceives your world. When you feel safe and calm, you're in what's called a ventral state, relaxed, connected, thinking clearly. When your system senses a threat, it shifts up into a sympathetic state, fight or flight, the wired, racing, can't sit still gear. If you saw my last video on waking up anxious, that morning surge of stress chemistry is this gear firing too hard. But there's a third gear, and it's the one we're here for. When your system reads the threat as too big or it's gone on too long and neither fighting nor running will get you out of it, it does the only thing left. It shuts down. It drops your energy, slows everything way down, and pulls you into a kind of low power mode. That's the dorsal state. Picture an animal going fully limp when a predator has it cornered. That same ancient wiring lives in you and I. Here's why this matters so much. A dorsal shutdown doesn't present as panic. It presents as nothing. Numbness, heavy limbs, brain fog, no motivation, no drive, a flatness where your feelings used to be. You're tired no matter how much you sleep. And it hides well. A lot of people in this state look completely fine from the outside. They show up to work, answer the texts, get through the day, while inside it feels switched off and far away. There's a name for that version: functional freeze. You're functioning, but you're frozen because the output still happens. It's easy to file the whole thing under motivation or discipline when the actual mechanism is a nervous system that's dropped into a protective, low power state. Your body did that on purpose. So why does the body do this at all? Because at some point it learned that shutting down was the safest option on the table. That dorsal state is where the system goes when stress has run too high for too long, or when fighting and escaping were off the table. That can trace back to one overwhelming event or to years of low-grade stress that never let up. And often to old pain the body never fully discharged. This is why I'll always say healing runs in both directions. The stress, the trauma, the relationships that wore on you over the years are real, and therapy that works on that layer matters. At the same time, your body is holding a physical state you can shift from the bottom up. You can work from both sides. All right, quick break before we get into the fixes. This channel connects your nervous system and your gut to the symptoms you're dealing with, the physical machinery underneath all the mental stuff. If that's the kind of thing you want more of, subscribe and the next one will show up for you. All right, back to it. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes in a dorsal state. They try to jump straight to calm and productive, but you can't just skip gears. You don't go from shutdown straight to peaceful and clear. You have to come up one step at a time. And the first step out of shutdown isn't calm. It's actually just a little bit of energy. So here's how you do it. The first is the smallest possible movement, not a workout. This is just standing up, stretching out your arms overhead, shaking out your hands. Walk to the end of the hall and back. That's a small dose of activation to lift the system up out of the freeze. And then second, come back to your senses. Look slowly around the room and name a few things that you can see. Feel your feet on the floor. Run some cool water over your hands or splash a little on your face. That signals to the body in the only language it reads that you're here and this moment is safe. And then third, and this is the one that matters the most, make contact with one safe person if you can. A dorsal state pulls you towards isolation, and another calm nervous system from someone else is one of the fastest ways to bring your own back up. A short text or a familiar voice on the phone counts for so much. If you want to see where your nervous system actually stands right now, whether it's spending a lot of its time in a state like the dorsal state, I actually built a free assessment that walks you through it. It's linked in the description and the pinned comment below. So here's what I want you to take with you. When you feel numb and checked out, that's a nervous system in a protected, powered down state, waiting for a signal that it's safe to come back up. You give it that signal one step at a time. A little movement, your senses, one safe person. Every one of these states, the calm one, the wired one, and the shutdown one we covered today, runs on a single nerve that decides which gear you're in. If you want to understand that nerve and why it gets stuck, keeping you from calming down, I broke it all down in my video on the vagus nerve. You can check it out by clicking right here. I'll see you in that one.